boom 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 boom. Boom boom boom, going to work. Boom 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 boom. Boom boom boom. Boom 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 boom. Boom boom boom. We going to work. Boom boom boom. Boom boom boom. The morning shift starts now.
MARKEITH LOYD? All right, thank you. Let's go ahead and begin these first appearances.
To me, bro.
Sir, you're here for the charge of murder of a...
There ain't no MARKEITH LOYD. Who are you?
All right, you're here for murder of a law enforcement officer, attempted murder of a law enforcement officer, carjacking with a firearm, aggravated assault.
May I have your name, please?
With
The following interrogation has been analyzed by a qualified team consisting of 2 licensed attorneys, one being a former criminal prosecutor and an individual with a Master of Science in Clinical Psychology.
Look, you ain't learned yet? It's raining. What? Take me home. This man's still trying to speed. It's raining outside, y'all. He's still trying to speed. Look.
Take me home.
For real, you not about to kill me and the baby. This man, he has to be stopped.
See, they just stopped.
No, but no, you need a greater force than that. I'm not going to live past 25. I'm not going to make it. Not like this. I don't know what I was getting myself into. I don't know what I signed up for.
When Sade Dixon spoke these words on a Facebook Live, she was simply making some lighthearted jokes. What she couldn't have known was that her dark prediction would ring true very, very soon, and in the most tragic way. This is MARKEITH LOYD. He's 41 years old in this footage from 2017. He's just been apprehended by Orlando police after a massive manhunt that ended in officers finding him outside an abandoned house. While he waits about 25 minutes for detectives to arrive, he keeps asking for his handcuffs to be loosened, but nobody is in a hurry to help him. Multiple officers hover outside, clearly intimidating the suspect.
Hey, can y'all straighten these cuffs out for me?
Just 1 second, okay, guys? They coming out to do that.
They're real tight, bro.
No, they're
Real tight. They numb my wrist like the cuffs.
Nobody was harmed, but 3 minutes later, a man called 911 to report that a man believed to be MARKEITH had carjacked him at gunpoint and then driven his vehicle through a fence. 10 minutes after that call, Clayton was pronounced dead. After 17 years in service at the Orlando Police Department, her career came down to those pivotal few seconds where her life was tragically cut short far too soon. Unfortunately, before the Orlando PD had even had time to process their beloved comrade's passing, there would be yet another casualty in this hunt. When just before 10 a.m., a motorcycle deputy responding to the search for MARKEITH was fatally struck by a van. That morning, 17 schools in the county were placed on lockdown as the chaos unfolded. A news conference is held alerting the public of the deaths and the search for MARKEITH. One sheriff calls the day one of the worst in his career, and the award for information leading to MARKEITH's arrest is increased to $60,000. Authorities focus their search on an apartment complex called Brookside, employing a heavy force of police officers and even armed SWAT members. But eventually, they have to call it off and let residents back into their homes as MARKEITH is nowhere to be found. It turns out that MARKEITH was very active on his internet accounts, often sharing updates of his daily life, including a Facebook Live video in November with Sade, where the couple rubbed her pregnant belly and talked about the baby kicking. The pair posted lots of videos together, documenting trips to the mall, OBGYN visits, or home cooking sessions. But the inflammatory statuses that the detectives are most interested in include one from 2 weeks before Sade's death, when MARKEITH posted, "Goals, to be on America's Most Wanted. He also shared another update just a couple of days before Sade would die at his hands. This one read, Orlando, Florida, when you talk about street legends, mention me. The couple also broadcast.
Yo, what the hell going on, good people, what's going on? It's your boy, UnoDaOne, Jenny Hard-Headed Son, and you are tapped in to the One Detective Agency, the morning shift. You are the morning crew, and what we do is we solve true crime, because we are the true crime hub. We run true crime, the best true crime reaction show on the net. I hope you guys are feeling amazing. It is Thankful Thursday. In the comments, let me know what you are thankful for. I did an extended kind of recap to bring us up to speed on the case of the Orlando's most wanted, MARKEITH LOYD. We know he got a body count of 5. We know his BM, the baby inside the BM, 2 police officers, a brother. We're gonna get back into the case where we capture MARKEITH being interrogated by 2 detectives after they apprehend him and beat him up a little bit. We'll get a little bit more into it, but first let's go ahead and see who at work. Let me know in the comments what you are thankful for. I like to read some of these comments on Thursdays so we can get the day started off the right way. Last night, if you were looking for Foxhole Bros, this Foxhole Bro crashed out. I crashed out. I fell asleep probably about 8:30 right here at the studio. I put the show together and it was like, I'm just going to kick my eyes back a little, kick my seat back a little bit and close my eyes. I woke up at 2 o'clock this morning. I jumped in the shower and I've been working and doing things to help boost the brand. So sorry if you guys was looking for me. I fell asleep. My bro called me like 20 times. But let's see who at work and get this show off for today. Let's do it. Hansy, where you at? Bernice, is this the right area for the roll call? Where the paper at? Let's see who had the job. Who? Is Pernell here? What about Leroy? Did Leroy bring his country at? What about Sheikah? Is Sheikah here? Oh, they don't work in no more. Well, I just want to say, welcome in. This is the morning shift. It's your boy Hansy. I'm back. Welcome to work, detectives. Bernice, did I do that right? Bernice! Roll call. Welcome to work, detectives. Let's see who the first one in the door. It's my girl. Shell. What it do? Hey man, send some extra love to our girl Modesty. Like I said, she a little bit under the weather. Send some extra love too. If y'all tapped in on her page, go on her wall, send some love. Say get well soon. We rocking with you, praying for you. Hey Shell, hey boo. Hey, look who it is. Smoking. What it do? Welcome in. Hey, it's my bro. What up, broski? Saturday, 10:30. Join my bro Vioshi and my sis Virgo twin Cheryl. Everything ain't for everybody. 10:30. Let's go. Hey, bro. Dade in the building. How wifey? Hope everything good this morning. Bit up. Good to see you in the building. We turned to the max. You know how you brush your teeth? You get doing all that talking. Your mouth be extra dry. Good morning, bro. Thank you for being here. There she go. It's my girl, Love. Hey, Love. I hope all is good your way. I hope them grandbabies are amazing. I hope fam is good. Thank you for being here. You see MARKEITH, that thing was like, I can't even make my, hey, V, were you there when I broke my face? What? Because it was during intramurals and Ambrose's head hit my eye and it broke my face. My junk was just like that. Yes, sir. Hey, OG. Good morning, big dog. I hope everything good your way. You in a good place and in a good space. It's always good to see y'all, you know what I'm saying, come through, showing love, feeling good. Big salute to that bro, Dave. Hey, Dave, man, I appreciate everything that you do. How you came in rocking, hit the ground running with the squad, man. You're a big asset to the team, bro. He said, hey, if you woke up this morning, you winning. Absolutely. We turned to the max. Santiago, good morning. How you feeling? I hope everything good your way. I want to make sure I've spoke to everybody. I don't want to. There she go. Hey, Virgo twin. Hey, boo. I hope everything good your way. VO, she get off her, bro. She don't give up. Just let her breathe. She trying to work, bro. She trying to work. Hey, Muff. Hope everything good your way. How you feeling? Hope life is treating you kind on this good Thursday morning. What you thankful for? Good morning, bro. Let's see. I think I know. Hey, Owl. Hey, love. Yes, part two. Happy to see. I'm happy to see you. I hope everything good your way. You're in a good place and in a good space. Thank you for being here. Hey, you see it? You see it? Yeah. That brother. Yeah. It's a rain or shine. Will. Yes, sir. Make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Get clocked in. Start off the show with 100 heart taps. Think of my bro. KB, what's up, bro? Hey, congratulations on your. My boy got the veteran. What it was? Veteran Creative Arts. I'm talking about. I know it with Buku veterans. He submitted an art piece. Go check his page out, man. Go put your Facebook name in there so them folks can see your stuff. I don't want to put the stuff out there. I'm gonna let you do it, Beezy. My boy got third place, man. Put them medals in the comment for my bro, man. Congratulations, bro. What's up, Jasper? I hope everything good your way, Jay, man. You smooth? Good to see you in the building. I can't wait to see y'all. Everybody get in here. We engage and turn up to the maximum. You know, I'm gonna speak to everybody. Gonzalez, the Ones Who Stink podcast. What? That's a dope name. That's a dope name. This kind of better than Gogonzuela. That's a pretty shitty name, don't you think? Well, hey, it's all good. Trolls are trolls. You're probably like a D class troll, because that right there was absolutely trash. Go out, come back in with something new, because that one stunk, bro. Welcome in though. Let's see. All right, I talked to everybody, I think. Okay, here we go. Shout out to the Vert. My girl Cheryl says, I am thankful to have peace in my soul now. In previous years, March wasn't a good month for me with the passing of my mom on the 3rd and her birthday on the 21st. I have a different perception now. And thank you for God healing you and walking you along that path, because I can't say I can relate because my mom is still here, but I know that was a hurtful thing for you, and I'm glad that you are finding your way to just live with it, because you'll never forget it. And I'm always praying for your peace. Love you. Let's see. Stacy, what's up? You was new yesterday, but you were a detective today. Y'all, welcome Stacy in. Welcome to the team. Stacy Lynn, thank you for being here. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in again. Let's see. Thank you to everyone that hit the like button. Thank you so much. Hey, drop no. There you go. Yeah. Beezy, you see. Dion beat me to that timeout. Nah, hey, I appreciate that, y'all. Hey, I already spoke. I already talked to everybody. Anybody come in after this? Desk duty, and you know how they do. They want to come in late, then they don't want to say nothing. They'll just be like, oh, I ain't trying to be on desk duty. We'll go from having, right now, we got 16. We'll go from having 16 to 100, and guess what? Nobody want to say nothing. Hey, but we ain't doing no tripping. I'm thankful for you guys that's here. I'm thankful for the people that's going to come. Let's go ahead and get back into the case. Welcome to work, detectives. Part 2, MARKEITH.
Here this morning, police are looking for a
The only detective agency capable of handling these grotesque and obscene cases. Look no further than the One's detective agency, where evidence does not matter. We lock you up and figure it out later.
What's up?
The One's detective agency, with your captain,
Welcome to the One's Detective Agency. I'm UnoDaOne. Welcome to work, detectives. Let's get to work.
You. Why you had to take that action that you did versus all the other options that you had. You had other options. Why did you choose the option you chose? That's the simple question. Can you tell us if the deputy was threatening you at the Highland Oaks?
And we are back, part 2. We're going to kick the case off. This is exactly what we left off on yesterday. Excuse me while I handle these chapped ass lips. Man, don't be having me out here looking crazy. Neither y'all could have told me y'all ain't say nothing. Y'all just look at him. He look like he eating donuts this morning. Ain't nobody want to say nothing. Y'all just going to have me out here looking bad? I thought we were family. Damn. Okay, but yo, welcome in, part 2. We kicking it off right here on the interrogation where we left off yesterday. There she go. Hey, boo. Hey, loving. I hope everything good, Joe. Well, you in a good place, good space. Everything good? You started off your day right? Everything good, Joe? Well, you ain't got no problems, huh? You smooth? You need me to pull up? You good? Okay. You good, Mom. I'm glad that you're here. Thank you. But, you know, you got to start off the desk duty for us. But don't worry. It's all right. You can do the warrants. You'll be all right. Get in here. You're the first late detective to come to my office. You know what? It's not my office anymore. It's your office now, late detective. Desk duty. And clean it up in here. Looks like a pig's been living in here. Love says, bless your heart, Cheryl. I'm trying to get there for the month of April. That's my mom's month. This year will be 4 years, and my heart ached like it just happened. I'm terribly sorry to hear that as well. Sorry for you guys. I hope God continue to keep his hands on you. Man, I've been there, Cheryl. It's hard to overcome. We celebrate trauma instead of life. Good to see you overcoming the negative side. Amen. Cheryl says, sending light and love, Lovelace. I feel you. Anything can trigger those emotions at the most unexpected time. Absolutely. They're just keeping him there because they know he's hurting and asking him the same question. That's messed up tactic, positive use. Bruh, it's horrible, Santiago. Like, the way they handle him. But I do, like we said yesterday, I understand the emotion.
Can you tell us
we back into it, y'all. Let's get ready.
Markeith.
Tactics so far haven't been working, and so
nephew, you all right? Everything good your way? Thank you for being here. You know what it is. Come on and jump down on that desk. Hey, look, I understand you had a bad morning. Things didn't go your way, and it's still not going to go your way. You know where you're going? Desk duty. That's where. No, we don't have any PTO available for you. Sit down and do some work finally. Now that you're here, desk duty, detective.
the interrogators will now try to rile Markeith up.
You've led nothing but a gutless life, man. You shot at all your women. Sade ain't the first woman you shot, okay? You've had a gutless life. This is your one opportunity to show some sort of...
Wait a second.
Show that you're a man at...
So Sade wasn't the first woman he shot? So he just out here shooting ladies down? Markeith, bro, I know you down. I know you ain't like... You a dog. Ugly dog. Ugly dog. Ugly dog.
You know what's funny? I'm gonna use your words, Markeith. I'm gonna use your words, and you listen to me real carefully, man. You know what you said? You wanted to be America's most wanted.
Leaning in towards the suspect makes the contact more
Drop
intimate
and give me
and less
50.
avoidable by closing the distance.
That's a good idea. Hit the hearts on the right hand
I'm talking
side.
to you man to man right now. You know what a legendary
50
motherfucker
times.
does?
Come back and
He
drop 50
freaking
in the
steps on his
comments.
2 feet and he freaking stands up and says, "This is what I did." You want people to respect you and fear you.
Cause I was just on the motherfucking phone telling the woman called me that I was gonna get shot. They dead. They turn me in so they can get the reward.
Yeah, okay. Well, you know that's after the fact.
Although attacking Markeith.
Hey, you see who it is? It's our fellow detective. I hope everything good your way. You're in a good place, in a good space. Hey, thank you for being here, big dog. You good? Your day started well? Come on and get on the desk.
Hey, look. I understand you had a bad morning. Things didn't go your way. Then it's still not going to go your way. You know where you're going? Desk duty. That's where. No, we don't have any PTO available for you. Sit down and do some work finally. Now that you're here. Desk duty, detective.
Him to talk and defend himself, he's still not giving the information they're looking for. He instead claims that he was going to let Shaday's father turn him in so that her 2 young boys, ages 2 and 8, could get the reward money.
I'm talking about you talking about being America's most wanted. What do you mean by?
Yeah, oh snap. They finally bringing up that most wanted post. Not forgetting the 3 times. Well, we on 3, right? 3 times he requested a lawyer so far.
Police killing our kids with their hands up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you talking about?
You killed a baby, man.
Police killing our kids with their hands up.
You killed a baby.
It's tough. I lost both parents at 8 months apart. It's a hole you can't feel. Just remember them as they were, not their end. It's hard, man. Love to y'all, man. Love to everyone that's feeling that heartbreak and that trauma of losing a parent or both parents, man. Love to y'all, man. I love y'all, man. I'm thankful. Y'all make me thankful. Thankful.
Baby.
That wasn't me.
You killed a baby. So don't even judge me on that.
That wasn't me.
That wasn't you.
No.
Oh, that's legendary. That's a real man.
That wasn't even meant to happen.
That was meant to happen, but it happened.
No, that wasn't meant to happen.
But it happened.
Yeah, but I ain't talking nobody.
So when he's talking, bro, I feel like you should kind of bring it down a little bit and try to goddamn relate. Tap in with him.
Jumped on me.
Somebody jumped on you. You're a grown ass man. We're talking about a baby, 3-month-old baby in the bed.
Ain't talking about no baby, because there wasn't no baby that jumped on me. So what you talking about?
Yeah, what you talking about,
the baby you killed, man.
The baby was in my man.
You see what I'm saying? So it's okay for you to talk tough, but when I talk tough to you, you want to backpedal, man.
And you ain't talking tough. You just trying to talk to get me to talk, but I ain't.
I ain't trying to get you to talk, man. You either tell the truth or you don't, man.
Markeith ain't a dumb guy.
Markeith clearly has experience with law enforcement and, on some level, understands the tactics the officers are using. He appears to know that talking to them is not in his best interest.
Let me make sure I
Neither
did,
party has
Dave.
respect for the other, nor does either
just
want
did.
to help
My
the
fault.
other in
My
any
fault.
way.
My fault, bro.
You either act like grown-ass man right now, or you put your head between your knees, man. You got 2 options.
Desmond, I can feel your pain, brother. I lost both my parents the same way, about 9 months. Mom passed April/2007. My pops passed. Damn, man. Love to y'all, man. Hey, there go, bro. Bro said good morning, Dix. Detectives be here, but couldn't. Oh, you couldn't type in the chat. Oh, the IT department was working on the chat, bro. The IT was working on the chat. But my girl Modesty ain't here, so you're going to have to put in a request to use some of your PTO. But you got to go on the desk. Welcome in, bro.
Hey, look. I understand you had a bad morning. Things didn't go your way. Then it's still not going to go your way. You know where you're going? Desk duty. That's where. No, we don't have any PTO available for you. Sit down and do some work finally. Now that you're here. Desk duty, detective.
Tracy, we're glad that you returned. We are glad that you're a part of the family. Thank you for being here. Let's do it.
So at the end, you weren't that smart after all. But you know why,
He didn't challenge
Marquis?
him in
You know
every
why,
way.
Marquis? You
His
done
smarts
your
and
time, man.
streets.
You done a long, long time.
His
You know the
manhood.
system in and out.
Oh, he did a lot of time
And you
before.
get to live for as long as you want to live.
I didn't know that.
When God says this is your last day, that's your last day. But Son Clayton didn't have that opportunity because you made that choice for her. Sade and that baby, they didn't have that opportunity because you made that choice for them. Luckily, her brother lived.
That's exactly what I look at this for. It's a
Bro,
safe
your
space for
actions,
everybody.
man. I'm talking about your actions. And then
Don't
you
get this
wrong
type
because
of
you don't
love on
want to
the
face
internet.
reality, bro.
I ain't gonna get no motherfucking gun. I ain't made shit. I ain't jump on nobody. I ain't made shit so you can kill that.
Some researchers have posited that the moment an interrogation turns into an argument, it fails. After being granted access to over 1,000 hours of interrogation tapes, one team asserted, "You need to remember what your purpose in that room is. You're seeking information. You're not there to speak on behalf of the victims or the police. You might feel better for getting angry, but down the road is retribution. If you find yourself having a go at someone, ask yourself, what am I achieving by this? Because they will stop talking to you." This is an interesting perspective to keep in mind as Markeith's interrogation goes on.
Tell me the reason why. You killed that baby. Tell me the reason why. You shot Ronald right straight in the chest. You tell me the reason why.
As the interrogation goes on, Markeith starts rocking back and forth slightly. This is a self-soothing behavior that sometimes comes out during extremely stressful situations.
You defending yourself? Then tell me the whole story and I'll listen. You shot Sergeant Clayton because she threatened you. She's giving you commands to stop, and you kill her because she pulls a gun on you. That's her job. That's your option.
I guess you feel.
That's your choice. So you a badass, man. When you do your thing, but you can't even face me and talk to me about it. Because there's no way in hell that you can believe your own words, man.
Markeith putting his face down on the table shows that he is further disengaging from the questioning.
He's probably, in my opinion, Markeith is probably, now I got a hat here. Markeith is probably in pain. His face is broke. His nose probably, his jaw. He roughed up. Cuffs tight, circulation. He roughed up. So you already on the downside, then you come in and you can't control your emotion, like Owl says, to do the job efficiently. So now it's a bigger disconnect. And you're running the risk of throwing the case out. You want to get retribution for your two colleagues, but you're going to allow this man to be able to have a defense. To me, in my opinion, I gotta say it. Damn, dispatch.
So you mean to tell me, out of all the jobs in America, you chose to be a dispatch? It asks those type of questions. I heard that Barnum and Bailey Circus was hiring for clowns. Damn, dispatch is dumb.
What about that other cop? Because he got behind you, you got the option of shooting at him. Luckily, he didn't die.
Welcome in. Thank you for being here.
You know what we told you, Mom? That we didn't want to hurt you, man. We didn't want to kill you. We wanted you to face justice, and you are alive.
I've been trying to kill, but what you talking about?
You are here alive, man.
Thank you for being here, man. Welcome to the team. Hey, y'all, welcome our Russian brother, our Russian special agent detective in. Welcome our family in. Welcome to the team. Thank you for being a part. Thank you for coming back. Let's get back to the case. I love when we have a new detective.
We framed Sade's murder too?
Y'all don't frame murder on me before.
Did we frame Sade's murder on you?
No, but y'all must let the motherfucker know.
Did we frame the baby murder on you too?
Y'all was with that.
Huh? Did we frame Sergeant Clayton's murder on you?
What murder is he talking about? They had already framed on him, and you remember the police officer said, this ain't the first lady you shot. I hope they get into the detail.
Yeah,
I don't remember that.
So you're the victim here now.
Like I just came with them and just went to
You're the victim here now.
That's a code.
Tell me that.
That's the code, brother. Like, you fucking around with victim to y'all lies.
Tell me you're a victim and I'll give you a freaking hug. Because that's what you sound like right now.
Come on, man. We sound like two little girls. And so who's going to be the professional? Where is the professionalism? Like yesterday we said, somebody got to set the example, bro. Family, just to let you know, I will be taking my sister Modesty place this morning. Hey, no, you ain't going to take a place. You ain't going to take a place. You're just going to fill in, hold her down while she recovering. We sending love to shout it. Yeah, we don't take places. We did come in and when one link in the chain is a little tired, we just hold on a little stronger. That's it. Send love to my girl Modesty. Yeah, they brutalized him bad. Love y'all too. Hugging all y'all. And I took a fresh bath today. Oh, so that wasn't you smelling like? Oh, sorry. Thank you, Santiago. I'm looking at the messages I missed. I was over in the horizontal chat. Yeah, we here though. Plus, he asked for medical attention. Much love to you. We in here, man. Let's get back to the case, y'all.
See, a real man will tell the truth. A real man will tell the truth. And I thought, you know what I thought today? That I was going to come sit down in here and talk to a real man.
By questioning his character and his manhood,
Yeah,
the
like, what
officer
are you
thinks he can get
achieving?
him to talk to defend his manhood. However, it doesn't seem to work on this suspect.
How's that
They call
achieving
him a punk
anything?
and a bitch. They likely chose those words deliberately. Calling someone a punk or a bitch in prison is seen as a huge insult and a sign of disrespect. They're trying to push him into defending his manliness. This is another Reed technique called behavior-provoking questioning. They're trying to get a response by
that's not a part of the
and
technique.
angering him.
Do you think that was a part of the technique by calling him a punk and a bitch? That doesn't provide the type of emotional response that gets you upset. Now I'm not even thinking about the case. Hey, bro, stop. You better watch your mouth. I don't know who you talking to. But I can't even do that because I need medical attention. I've been asking.
But even
I
then,
asked for a lawyer
you
3
can't
times
even
and medical
say that. You
attention
want to be
20.
legendary with lies. See, that's a punk move. Everybody tells me, man, that guy's for real, man. Right now, I don't see that.
Several times,
Anger will often get suspects to blurt out an admission of key facts. The interrogators aren't getting the response they want out of Markeith, so they continue to badger
It's
and insult him.
sad. It's sad, love.
Markeith, just, I mean, you every time you have an opportunity to show that you're the man you talk about, that you're this friggin' badass you talk about, you talk about how you ain't going down without a fight, and as soon as the officers confront you in the yard, you bow down like a bitch in body armor.
The other interrogator jumps back in with the same goal.
So what he just said is, oh yeah, you were so tough when you shot all of these people or shot Officer Clayton, because that's all they worried about. They ain't really giving a damn about Sade. They want pressure. They want the revenge for Officer Clayton. You wasn't a man when you was a man when you shot Officer Clayton and the other people that you shot. But when the officers came, you had on your bulletproof vest. What, you wanted me to stand there and let y'all kill me? Yeah, like, come on, y'all too emotional. It's too much emotion tied to the case.
Trying to evoke a reaction.
Look at
and
his
he almost
face.
succeeds at this point, but Markeith quickly stifles it.
So what are you now?
I ain't talking about being no badass. What the fuck you talking about?
You talking all this shit about how badass you are, but when the officers confront you at the house on Lescott, what'd you do?
All right, man. Well, all right, bye.
You bitched out. So you get confronted by a female at the front door with your unborn child in her. What do? You light her up. Sergeant Clayton's trying to do her job and tell you what to do. What do? You hide behind a pillar and you light her up. Because you a bitch in body armor.
Yeah.
Come out and say what happened.
Yeah.
You running around talking shit on social media, saying this and jibber jabber and that. Here's your opportunity to talk about yourself. Say what happened.
Like bitches and all that shit that I ain't never disrespecting. I ain't gonna let you disrespect me.
What you want us to do?
You ain't got to talk.
See? You lost the connection because your emotion runs high. And God, hey, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is a real mirror moment. This is a mirror moment for me because I just got to the point, and I'm not all the way there. I'm not even finna get on the internet and lie to you. I'm not even all the way there. I have emotional outbursts and reactions too, and I be wanting to fight on and punch on something too. And this is making me realize how much control you lose when you act like this. But they're in a professional setting. Who is going to be the fucking professional? Excuse my French. That's crazy to me.
sitting there looking down, bleeding. You're sitting down there. We're giving you ample opportunity to say what you need to say, to speak the truth. And what do you do? What opportunity do you take?
It don't
What are you
work,
talking
Santiago.
about? I'm treating you with respect. You ain't telling me nothing either. So
But
it's
that
not
they're
about getting
hiring
respect or not
folks
getting
somewhere
respect,
that will
because you
have
ain't saying
to answer
shit.
for
You've
how
been treated
these
right your whole
officers
life.
handle it. Yep.
You've had people treat you right your whole life, and what do? You put bullets
And in this situation, love, that higher up is going to brush it under the rug because this was the loss of one of their colleagues. Santiago said calling them a bitch and trying to get him pissed off don't work. He's just gonna shut down. VO, she said they too emotional. Stacy says he shouldn't have been a forcible Nina. Then what? What do you expect? Hey man, I understood. I understood. Autocorrect do that all the time. Kelly Kruger, what's up? I feel like they should have had detectives from a. Absolutely. Absolutely. That is exactly what they should have done. Don't even put these detectives in this situation because you and I, if that was one of our colleagues that we done for 17 years, I know her kids, her husband, and all of this, and he guns her down, we gonna have that same emotion. Well, I know I am. I ain't gonna put that on y'all because some of y'all cool hand Luke. But I'm gonna have that same emotion. And welcome in, Kelly. Well, and that name hard as hell, Kelly Kruger. Ooh, you snap, so I like that. Good work, detective. Good work, detective.
Now that's what you call being trained properly. I like what you did there, detective. Good work.
bullets in people that treat you right. What did Sade ever do to you? What did that unborn child do to you? Nothing. You're a little bitch that puts bullets in people when they do you right.
Markeith, tell me something, man.
Ow, Mom. He said that, but I don't need it. Since you gonna keep disrespecting me, I ain't no need to talk. I need my legal representation. They still don't give a damn because that's how much emotion that they have in their heart. But I want to ask you this, and I'm gonna get back to the case. I want to ask you this: if Markeith didn't have those handcuffs on and they were one-on-one, mano y mano, do you think the energy?
All right, check this out. What do I tell Sade's mom? Hey, last thing I'm gonna ask you, man. Hey, I'm gonna ask you this. What do I tell Sade's mom?
Yes, absolutely.
Do I tell her that you're sorry, that you said you don't care, that it's her fault that she's dead? What do you want me to tell her? Huh? You want me to call her parents to call so they can turn you in and get money or whatever? Her father. All right, so you're gonna call her father, but call her stepdad. Is that gonna be your I'm sorry? Here's some money. That's all she was worth. $100,000?
Lawyer
The interrogator is now shifting from personal attacks on Markeith to focusing on the families of the deceased, trying to evoke a sympathetic reaction so that Markeith will talk about the crimes.
No, it wasn't about no money.
So what was it about? You were tired of running? All I need to know is, what do I tell these people?
Tell them that.
You know, another deputy going out there to help out after you kill Sergeant Clayton, die.
See, I told you that's going to put this man's body on this man. He got in a accident miles away from, but he got this body on him too.
What do I tell his parents?
Do you feel that is fair? We're going to take our emotion out, detectives. Do you feel that it's right that Markeith is being charged for that officer's death in a car accident on the way to his crime? Y'all let me know in the comments. Let's get back to it.
That it was in vain? That these people died for no reason? What do I tell them? Because to me it's more important what the family has to hear coming from you. Because I don't think you're ever going to say sorry to them face to face.
That's
so why don't you
exactly
just let me
why
do
they
that?
bought the whole
Why don't you just tell Sade's mom, tell her stepfather, her father, whoever,
terrified.
this is what it
was
is.
a job.
And I'm going to tell them.
It would be.
And you tell me, and we'll go tell Sergeant Clayton's family, this is what it is.
Look,
I mean, if you're sorry about it.
On the net. Drop that in the comments if
That's
you're
a simple question, Markeith. Are you sorry about it? Are you sorry it went down like it did? Is that what you wanted all along? Is that what did you walk into the Walmart that day to say, I'm going to kill the first police officer that says shit to me? Is that what?
That was the dumbest questioning ever. You saw clearly on the video, that man was, he was dodging this woman. He was dodging Officer Clayton. Officer Clayton was off duty. Officer Clayton should have radioed for help. That was they're too emotional. Too emotional. Hey, there you go. What up, broski? Hope everything good your way. You in a good place, good space. Hey, that's all right, bro. Ace, what's up, Ace? Hey, y'all make sure y'all spin by check out Ace, man. You know he doing his thing too. Tap in. Put that lightning bolt and purple heart in there, let them know, hey, but we came over here, Uno told us to go kick it with you. Man, I appreciate you being here, but you know what's up, Ace. You know, you on the desk, bro. Come on, bro. You on the desk.
Hey, look, I understand you had a bad morning. Things didn't go your way. And it's still not going to go your way. You know where you're going? Desk duty, that's where. No, we don't have any PTO available for you. Sit down and do some work finally. Now that you're here. Desk duty, detective.
No, he have not been charged. Courts will know and understand that's not his body. He isn't responsible for that officer. But they're trying to stick it to him, man. That's so crazy to me. Back to the case, y'all. Thank y'all for interacting. Thank y'all for being.
You obviously didn't want to die. That's why you're wearing body armor.
Part 2.
Right? So it was all about you. That's a little selfish to me. You should have stood there and said, hey, man, come get me. This is where I'm at. If that's what you.
That's the dumbest shit ever, bro. Because you, officer, wouldn't have done that. Come on, man. Stop with the macho. See, I think that's what's
if you wanted to fight.
No, it just spread on.
You're not the type of man to hide. I know that. But you know what? The last 30 days, you proved me wrong. You proved me wrong. Because your whole life, you do what you want to do. Yeah, you spent some time in prison. That was a small price to pay for all the shit you done in your life. And you know it.
And you stupid motherfucker, I ain't did shit in my life, so you can shut your damn mouth. I ain't never did shit. I ain't never had a felony tie with a predator. The fuck you talking?
See? They just in here talking tough, and they're poisoning the case.
Now you just rapping.
It's unclear which insult specifically triggered MARKEITH to become confrontational here, but the interrogator will latch onto this opportunity and start plugging into it to evoke more from MARKEITH, if possible.
No, I don't.
I'm just rapping?
I don't think he should be charged with the officer's.
I'm just rapping? So one day you decided to go on freaking Shusha. Oh, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me see. Oh, she came at you with a gun. But you don't want to tell me the whole story. Oh, wait a minute. Sergeant Clayton, the same thing. She came at you with a fucking gun, right? Oh, you're a fucking victim every time. But every time you decide to pull out a gun, no. I'm giving you respect, man. I'm giving you respect. It's not about rap. It's not about rap. See, you don't want to hear it. That's what you're telling me to be.
He talking about it's not about rap. It's not about rap. The man is not even talking about rap music. But you were so in the streets. Remember we were talking about the slang terminology work. You're not connected to the slang. You're just throwing some slang on the wall, hoping that all street black dudes say this, and that's not the case. You're disconnecting yourself further and further and further. You're not winning. This is piss poor policing to me, in my opinion. Y'all let me know if I'm off.
Why? Because for the first time in your life, a man just like you stands right in front of your face and tells you the truth. Because in the street, you say what you want, and motherfuckers don't do shit because they scare you. I'm not scared of you. I'm telling you the truth.
You're not scared because he's in handcuffs and beat up.
And you can't handle that. You cannot handle it. Because a grown-ass man like you, Miggy, is telling you the truth to your face, and you can't even talk. You want a little freaking Band-Aid on your face. That's some bitch-ass move, and you know it. Man, you worry about the little blood coming from your face. You forget that I was there, and I looked at Sade. Yeah. You forget that I was there, that I went over there when they split her wide open, and I saw what you did to that baby in the belly. See, I was there.
And don't have a clue.
But
The boy said we ain't got to rap. No, it's not about rap. Boy, he ain't talking about being
you want some victim compensation?
His ass, boy. Now you trying to
You
be a
want us to
sarcastic
pay
ass.
ribbon for you?
He is still making efforts to garner some reaction out of MARKEITH, who has proven a tough nut to crack so far. Meanwhile, the other interrogator is going to jump back in, this time with a less intense demeanor. This isn't quite a good cop, bad cop scenario, but he's trying a very slightly softer
Bad cop,
approach,
less bad
and
cop.
yet this evokes a brief anger response.
MARKEITH, you want us to say anything to the families of these people? We're going to go talk to Sergeant Clayton's people. We're going to talk to Sade's people. Okay? We're going to talk to the deputy who was killed chasing you's people. You want to say anything to them?
No. Lawyer. For the fifth time.
It all to that woman who's probably one of the truly nicest, biggest heart police officers I've ever met in my life. A woman who truly gave a shit about this community.
For sure.
Who truly got into this line of work to make the community a better place. And you shot her down like a fucking dog because you're a little. Okay? Do you want anything to say to that family?
Your mama.
Huh?
Your mama.
Whatever, dude. You're
See? Your mama. See? So what is this? What is this? This was the time for you guys to come tongue lashing. Y'all so the justice system is just out the window right now. We're gonna give you a tongue lashing because we're the judge, the lawyer, the executioner. We're everything right here in this room. Oh man, this is
a little bitch, and you know it. You want to say anything to that family? Do you want to say anything to that family?
Your dad does big things when he gets some respect and you disrespect him.
What respect do you deserve? You deserve the respect of any rabid dog on the street.
All right, well go on then. What the fuck you stood in front of me for then?
That's the smartest thing you said all night.
Go on
about get the hell on.
Smartest thing you said all night.
Go on about your business. What you still here for?
Yep. You got that right.
What you still here for?
You got it right.
Ain't no market, nothing. Y'all gotta give respect to get respect.
Did I give it to you? I gave it to you, right? I gave it to you. I talked to you like a man. I talked to you like a man. Let me ask you something. Did I disrespect you?
Yeah.
Did I disrespect you?
Yeah, both of y'all.
How did I disrespect you?
Yeah, you can call them saying shit too.
Because I told you the truth to your face. I didn't call you no names.
You don't want to hear the truth.
I didn't call you no names. You know what I did? I told you the truth.
So a punk ass bitch is not a name? Well, I'll be John Brown.
I told you the truth.
Well, if that's the case, I could have said that in front of my mama and she wouldn't knock my damn teeth out. Like, I mean, damn.
But man to man, if you're not gonna freaking tell me the truth, if you're not gonna talk to me like a man, then tell me that.
Bad cop, worst cop.
Tell me, man, I can't do it. I cannot talk to you like a man. You say it.
If you like the vibe.
The officer is linking his unwillingness to talk man to man to him being a punk and a bitch to try to once again invoke behavior and get him to talk to prove the officer wrong and that he is a real man. This approach isn't working. MARKEITH seems to have no real concern for anything they're saying and still seems focused on his medical needs and the fact that the cops allegedly roughed him up upon arrest.
We saw it on camera. They roughed him up, guys.
Sade had a bunch of them in her body too. And so did that baby. And so did Sergeant Clayton.
He's still leaking on the table.
We compare holes.
Still, V.
You're gonna heal. Okay? Your wounds are gonna heal. You're gonna be fine.
It's sad business though.
I read something you put on freaking Facebook. You talk about love and God first and family this and family that.
Hey, 100 surprise faces.
I look at it, man. This guy can be the nicest guy one day and the opposite the next.
Oh, disrespect.
See, I think about, damn, sometimes I get pissed off, man.
By sharing some information about himself, the detective is trying to relate to MARKEITH and build rapport so that MARKEITH will be more likely to cooperate with the questioning.
Sometimes I want to say some things to my woman. Sometimes I want to say some things to my kids. Sometimes I want to say things to the people I work with. You know what? And I hold back. You know why? Because most of the times I'm wrong. I'm jumping to conclusions. But you, not you, you don't say something.
Double tap that screen, chat.
You pull a gun, you freaking shoot it.
Ain't no allegedly. We saw it,
King. Pass. Pissed to you. You pissed at her. Pull a gun and shoot at her.
Yeah, none of that happened, so you can shut the fuck up. No.
Would you fucking
Kelly says, I don't understand why they've denied medical care. He could have died right there. And that's what they want. That's what they want. Any head/face injury like that is very dangerous. Absolutely. Love says, no. He requested a lawyer and a medic. Just stop it already. They're talking about, it's going to heal. Thanks for that 100.
How about Sade? Did not happen? Did I make that shit up? Am I imagining things?
Yep.
Is it a fairy tale that she's dead? Because last time I freaking checked, when I stood right there and they were doing an autopsy, I know what I saw. I've been doing this for a long time. You're good at what you do, and I'm pretty sure that I'm good at what I do. And I know what I saw.
What? What? You don't do autopsies, so you not good at what that was. You watched. You said you saw, and he's good at what? What? Killing your partner that you're upset about? Man, see, I don't understand this.
We gotta get somebody else. You say that these people are coming at you, they're attacking you. Even when you defended yourself.
Now I got emotional.
Even when the attack stopped.
Because
Sergeant Clayton, she was down. She was down. You already shot her. She wasn't getting up off her back. But you had to do what you had to do and stand over her and finish her off.
No P.
Okay? Don't try and say that you were defending yourself.
He has rights.
You willfully went in there and did what you did. You willfully went in there and killed her.
The interrogator confronts Markeith with his acts, suggesting he went from defensive actions to unjustified actions. The witness who sat beside Deborah in her last moments would later claim that it looked like Markeith was trying to unload his gun on her and get rid of her like it was something personal. She alleges that Markeith continued to shoot the officer while she was down, and that she could only watch as Deborah's body jumped off the ground from the bullets. So, in truth, all the acts were unjustified, but by drawing the line, the interrogator is trying to get Markeith to justify or explain his account of events.
You had all kinds of options. Starting with the second she walked out the door trying to do her job. You had all...
If we would have had this type of energy and this type of professionalism and control at the start of the interrogation, maybe, just maybe, when he was talking in a respectful manner, if you guys would have pulled back and allowed him to go ahead and spill that, he would have told you. He's only stopped talking when you start disrespecting this man and calling him a bitch. No man, black, white, Spanish, gay, you can't just call no man no bitch and expect that just going to be returned with respect, bro. And I know these two officers know that. So it's crazy. Dave says they're leaving their emotions. They're letting their emotions lead the case, which will not give her family a fair chance to. That's what I'm telling you. It seems like y'all gonna fail your colleague. Yeah, this is another reason why officers get a bad rap. Absolutely. Because just the last case in Ohio, that officer was spot on. Respectful, engaging, still pressing, but respectful, professional. And he got that boy to, yeah, that was my buddy. You remember. They're not getting nothing. Who taught these dummies how to interrogate a suspect? A public defender would eat these fools for lunch. What up, Frank? I hope everything good your way, bro. Good to see you. I know y'all be like, man, this dude be shooting hearts at dude. Because it's love. That's what they mean, bro. I appreciate it. And I'm strong on what I do, you feel me? So I hope you don't take no offense, but I appreciate you being here, my boy. But you was late. And you a seasoned detective. You a part of the team. Come on and get on that desk, man. We're going to finish up the case right after this.
Hey, look. I understand you had a bad morning. Things didn't go your way. And it's still not going to go your way. You know where you're going? Desk duty. That's where. No, we don't have any PTO available for you. Sit down and do some work finally. Now that you're here. Desk duty, detective.
All kinds of options that did not involve doing what you did.
And the best option was for her to fall back and watch the curve. All that.
At some point, the police got to come at you.
Look what he said. Officer Clayton was off duty. That's exactly what Detective Owl just said, word for word. She was off duty. She shouldn't have engaged him. I am sorry that that beautiful black woman lost her life trying in the line of fire. I am sorry for her family and everything and everybody attached to her. I am definitely sorry, but that is a decision I wish she could have made differently. And that's great work. Great work, Owl.
Now that's what you call being trained properly. I like what you did there, Detective. Good work.
How many officers would have been the appropriate number before you would have given up?
They could have wrote me off anyway.
And then what?
Yeah, they could have wrote me off anyway.
How many officers would it have taken to stop you? Since one is not enough.
They chased you.
You had that opportunity. You shot at the deputy. Okay? You took that opportunity. Every encounter that, every time someone fronts you, you go to gun.
And then y'all already done made up stories and shit.
Well, you had.
What story is made up?
Yeah, I just went there.
See, look, he's talking. Bring your emotion back down. You gotta keep them flowing, man.
Shot it up.
You've had 30-something days to come and tell your side of the story, but you chose not to. So don't talk to me about stories.
No, you said the fuck my niece told y'all, and y'all not responsible for what the news people play, man. Y'all get the fuck out of here.
No, your niece told me 2 stories. That's why she ended up over there handcuffed and in jail. She told 2 different stories. So don't be confused.
Come on now.
I clarify all your. But you've had 30-something days to come and tell your story. You've had 30-something days to
talk to her and say what?
You could have prevented.
Sit down and talk to her and say what?
You could have prevented your niece from going to jail by coming in here the very next day and say, "Hey, this is what happened."
Here, the interrogators turn Marquis' frustration at his niece being jailed and harassed back on himself, telling him that his own actions led to her being detained and questioned. They're trying to change the theme of the interrogation.
You didn't do that.
Because she ain't did.
If that's the case, if that's the standard that we're going by, her actions or his actions caused the niece, well, Officer Clayton caused his reaction. If we're not gonna be, you know what I'm saying, we ain't gonna be fair, let's play it like that. These officers are really getting under my skin, and I've seen this case. This was the first one that I started with. When you revisit and catch things that you did in the first time, it makes you better.
She did. She went and got money for you.
And she went and got that money from my mother's door. That's my mother's check I worked for all week. And I
brought it to you.
And I told him to give it to my mother's child. That wasn't my mother's daughter. What the fuck y'all talking about? Y'all know what the fuck y'all talking about.
Well, that's what she said. She got the money for you.
She ain't told you shit. I know damn well she ain't told you because she ain't brought me shit. That was my motherfucking child and my motherfucking grandbaby. So y'all can kiss my ass with that bullshit. Ain't nobody gave me shit. I gave away every motherfucking thing. Ain't nobody gave me shit.
Ain't nobody gave you free food?
The interrogator uses the opportunity.
Free food from his job. The manager gave him free food from the job. And that's a charge.
Marquis' angry outburst to confront him with other sources of evidence, such as phone records.
Nobody gave me shit.
Ain't nobody gave you free food.
Nobody gave me shit. I bought my own, got my own shit.
Well, you don't think that we're capable of, looking at your farm records?
It took you 30 days.
You don't think that we went and talked to these people and they said, yeah, we talked to them. He asked for money. He asked for food. He
didn't ask for money. He said, go get my check and take it to my daughter. And I got a sandwich from when I got my check.
Interrogator knows Marquis cares about the people close to him and tries to provoke him by suggesting that if Marquis disagrees with what they're saying, then he is essentially calling those people liars.
The motherfucker told people what was really going on. All the other shit.
So tell us about, all right. It's just I mean, the people you're calling. We see, obviously, we're following your phones. This is why you're here. You're calling these people. We're following those phones. What's the conversation about? You leave Walmart. You just kill Sergeant Clayton. You leave Walmart. The first person you call.
Hey, what's up, brother?
You're obviously
Thank you for
looking
being
for
here.
help.
Welcome to the show. I hope you like the vibe of the live. I hope you become one of the detectives. Hit subscribe and the notification. Shahid says, What's this about? If he said give the money to someone, that's it. It's none of your business who feed them. Are you feeding them? Exactly. But they put the man in jail for giving him a sandwich. It's wild.
Person give you help? Why are you calling him?
Welcome in.
Then what are you calling him? What are you telling him?
OG detective.
When you call him, tell us about the phone conversation you had with him.
I don't need no help.
You damn sure needed help, and you damn sure reached out, and you damn sure called some people.
How I need the help? How I need the help?
Because you just killed a police officer, and you're trying to get out of the area.
You didn't need no help.
You did that all by yourself?
I ain't need no help.
Did you do it by yourself?
You seen it, then ain't nobody with me.
Sorry, guys. I don't know what the hell.
All right.
Isn't the most important goal at this stage, but it will let the DA paint a better picture of the course of events for trial.
Did you steal a car to get from point A to point B?
You bailed from the VW. Where do you go from there? Up in the reserves. Where do you go from there?
Medical attention, brother.
Where do you go from in the reserves?
That's another time.
You bailed from the VW.
That's another time he asked for medical attention, guys.
Where do you go when you leave the VW, Marquis?
Can't open my eyes. They don't know what my.
Do you stay in the apartments?
I should be f***ing up right now. Y'all just got me sick.
Did you stay in the apartments, or did you go somewhere else?
Pull my damn pants.
I like that. That's dope.
Markeith is clearly getting impatient and frustrated, powerlessness, as he has no choice but to comply.
Sit down, Markeith. Sit down. Them pants ain't going nowhere. Sit down. Sit down. Where'd you go in the reserves?
Oh man, we ain't talking no more.
You jacked that? Why didn't you shoot that man? Was your gun out of ammunition? What happened?
You just killed that.
When you take that VW in the Highland Oaks, why didn't you shoot him? Why didn't you shoot the guy in Highland Oaks? Markeith.
Look, leaking all over the table. They won't let him pull his pants up. It's crazy.
You done talking?
The interrogator gives his partner a look and a shrug. Hard to read this, but it could suggest that they feel they are making no progress. We'll watch for a change in tactics.
You done talking? You want your band-aid
He said
now?
he didn't do it. But he did, but he was talking, but they started cutting him off.
All right, Marquis.
They started being like this, start acting crazy toward him.
I'll tell you what, man. I thought you were a badass. I was gonna give you a little bit of respect, even though I don't usually give bad people respect. I was gonna give you a little respect because you beat me for 30-something days. I can define you. I'm a bad guy. Okay, I can define you. But you know what I take from our talk today? I feel sorry for you, man.
The interrogator starts to berate and lecture Markeith. I don't think there's a tactic at work here. I think the earlier look they exchanged was an expression of frustration, which is now being verbalized in one last effort to get the suspect to talk.
I kind of feel sorry for you. Not in the sense that I'm gonna cry, that I'm gonna go to church and pray for you, because I ain't gonna pray for you, man. I'm not.
You saw that there, Frankie?
I've been to church in a long time, but from time to time I pray for people. I'm not gonna pray for you, man.
That's even.
You know what I'm gonna do, man?
That's even worse. You interrogating somebody with the door open, and people are just in there hearing that, and they're not saying anything either. That's crazy to me. That's absolutely crazy to me.
You don't give a fuck. Because you much rather people fear you than respect you. Guess what? You're a rap. You're a rap.
Man, shut up!
You nothing. In the street, you're nothing anymore. You're nothing but a sorry-ass story.
$20.36.
This is gonna be interview with MARKEITH LOYD in reference to Sade Dixon's and her unborn child's death. His interview was conducted at the Orlando Police Department headquarters. The time right now is going to be
open your eyes, Markeith.
8:39.
Open your eyes. That was a true angel right there you put down.
Making the suspect open their eyes to look at a picture of one of the victims is another emotional reaction tactic interrogators will use.
There's a true angel you put down because you're a pointless little fucking dog, okay? And my only regret is that you're breathing right now.
We can see.
You get what you got coming.
Legendary. I thought you were ready to put up a fight.
Think about it, I don't feel nothing, bitch.
You don't fear nothing.
You know what? Beat this case. Meet me in the street. Beat the case. That's what you gotta do. Beat the case.
Shut
Beat
the
case.
boy, shut up.
Because there will be another day. And you know what next time is gonna happen? He's not gonna be Sergeant Clayton. He's gonna be somebody like me.
The officers end the interview in frustration when all the different tactics they tried get them nowhere with MARKEITH. This is not a case that a confession is necessary evidence. They have eyewitness accounts of both shootings.
You did rap.
Yeah, I'm just rapping. You a
That
rap.
is unprofessional. That was
You
the
had
dumbest
the
shit.
opportunity. You do have opportunities to do.
Well, hey,
You talked about. You had all kinds of opportunities to talk about. And what'd you do? You crawled out on your hands and knees. You know what you are.
You'll get your bologna sandwich later.
You get nailed. I've never seen such unprofessionalism in policing at all.
In using the Reed
Florida
method,
took
the
the case.
interrogators tried two major themes.
This is Orlando.
First was appealing to his manhood and his desire to be legendary.
Like they wouldn't say that to that man
This
in the
had
streets.
relatively little impact, though surrounding appeals
I
to
wouldn't
his
say that to that man in the
credibility did
streets.
evoke some reactions. The other theme attempted was to play on his concept
in
of
peace, Sade.
remorse. However, there was even less success here.
Rest in peace,
More
Officer Clayton.
officials come in to take photos of MARKEITH, cutting his shirt off and documenting his injuries. After a little while, medical assistance arrives for MARKEITH as well.
Finally.
MARKEITH was treated at a medical center for about 20 hours before being taken to Orange County Jail. And then, on January 19th, bright and early, he had his first court appearance. On charges related to Sade's death, that is. As far as legal trouble goes,
Here we go.
this was far from MARKEITH's first rodeo. MARKEITH did have a history.
Why they got that man looking like that, man? Why they got that man looking like that, man? That's crazy. What y'all feeling about the case so far? Do y'all think that MARKEITH have a chance to beat in this case? From if any type lawyer get their hands on this, any lawyer that's not connected to the community, to the police, you know, it's a buddy system. Those DA and the prosecutors, they go to golf together. The judge, they kids, God, daddy, and all kind of mess. Any person practicing law with morals would be able to absolutely get his time reduced, at least. What y'all thinking? What y'all thinking? Y'all let me know in the comments. Let's get back to it.
History of criminal activity going back 2 decades. In 1995, when MARKEITH was about 20, he had been arrested on a murder charge, which was later dropped because a witness lied about key information. Then in 1998, he was accused of battery on a law enforcement officer and spent 4 years in jail. MARKEITH attacked at least one guard while doing time for dealing drugs, and in 2010, he was caught with homemade weapons while in federal prison, which he said were 2 shanks for protection hidden in his hair. While behind bars, he pleaded guilty to cocaine possession from a prior case. MARKEITH got out of jail in 2014, and in 2015, he got married. But within 6 months of the wedding, he faced domestic violence charges against his wife, although they were dismissed. All in all, records show that MARKEITH has been arrested 20 times since 1994. But despite all the experience MARKEITH had being in the courtroom, he was quick to make a bad impression on officials during the first appearance for Sade's case. MARKEITH started out by declaring that he will be defending himself in court. Choosing to represent himself was a bold choice. MARKEITH may have had some grandiose traits, believing that he was so superior that he could do better than a lawyer. He may have enjoyed the feeling of power as well as the attention. On the other hand, it's also possible that MARKEITH had such a mistrust in authority that he felt he couldn't rely on a lawyer to be on his side. It's clear that nobody really thinks this is a good idea. But as the conversation goes on, MARKEITH gets fed up and starts interrupting, cursing at the
The boy
judge
got a hole in
repeatedly,
his face.
as you can see in this clip.
How did he get a hole in
Okay, so
his
here's what I'm
face?
going to go ahead and do.
Well, first of all, I got questions to ask.
You're here for first appearances on a warrant, sir.
Y'all making up like I just went in there and shot this girl, endangering my family.
Okay, a judge is a...
What if other people want to do something back? Y'all portray this to the news people like I just went in there and shot this girl when there was other guns found on the scene. And all kinds of guns were pulled on me first, but y'all acting like I just went there and shot her. Her little brother got dropped off while me and her was standing there talking. So there's all kind of other shit that happened before y'all just put on the news. Oh, I just went there and shot this girl, got my family at danger. So no, I wasn't coming in right
Thanks
then.
for requesting, Mr.
Markeith goes on an angry rant.
Oh,
About the fact
okay.
that others were arrested in connection to his search, which he
So if you guys pay, y'all been following me for a minute. They said they improved. They said they improved the internet last week. But why they're back outside right now? That's week 3 in a row. We done had an Xfinity person out here twiddling, fiddling with the internet, man. Sorry, guys. Ba-ba.
because he says he was doing everything himself.
I'm not finished talking because y'all been making up shit the whole time. And then y'all make up stuff on my family, lock them up.
It appears that it's important to Markeith to make it clear that no one helped him while he was on the run. This may have been an egotistical motivation, as he wanted to take all the credit, that he did everything by himself. Alternatively, he may have wanted to protect his family or friends from getting in further trouble. While psychopaths are unable to form emotional connections to others, sociopaths may form some meaningful relationships.
All right, here's what I'm going to go ahead and
20 hours he was in there getting
I was
treated.
out there by myself.
20.
How in the hell anybody helping me doing anything? I went and Walmart myself to buy food. Wasn't nobody doing nothing for me.
Now, the 3 people in question here are actually Markeith's former manager at a place called Texas Fried Chicken, who was alleged to have given Markeith food, Markeith's niece, who was believed to have picked up money for him, and one of Markeith's ex-girlfriends named Jamise, who was thought to have collected rent money from a woman at Markeith's apartment and planned to pass it on to him. Some have called these arrests into question, wondering if they were truly justified, or if these people were unfairly detained and employed to lure Markeith out of hiding.
Do you feel
which
like
has
they
just
were
been another popular
arrested
talking
properly?
point in this
Was
convoluted
this a
case.
justified arrest
In his
for
final
these 3?
note of the court appearance, Markeith brings up his injuries and says there was no reason for the violence he endured.
And then when they had me in the hospital, the Channel 9 News sent out that way for me to come out to see what they did for me. Or they done took my eye. They done broke my nose, broke my jaw. They just said I resisted, but I crawled out to the mother road. So how did I resist? I ain't resist shit. They just did that shit. They tried to hide it from the news people, but I'm here right now.
Corrections, I think we've established everything we need to do in a first appearance hearing. He can be taken after he signs. Have him sign the no contact.
Following
took his
Markeith's
eye.
claims that
He
he was
lost his
beaten by
eye.
the officers apprehending him, the Orlando Police Department released the helicopter video you saw earlier, which appeared to show one man kicking Markeith during the arrest. Police Chief John Mina held a news conference to address the content of the video. He
Lost
says
his
that
eye,
officers
broke his
were
jaw, and
concerned
his
that
nose.
Markeith could have been hiding something within his body armor because of the way he was struggling as he crawled on the ground. Furthermore, Mina asserted that Markeith didn't comply when he was told to put his hands behind his back, which was one of the reasons force was used. It is reported that the officers kicked and punched Lloyd in the face and struck him numerous times with the muzzles of their rifles, causing cuts to his face and back and a fractured
eye socket.
Markeith ended up losing that eye as a result of the injuries. The state attorney's office determined that these actions met the definition of deadly force, or force which was likely to cause death or great bodily harm. All the same, according to the Orlando Sentinel, the state attorney's office cited Florida's Stand Your Ground law and ultimately found that the use of force was lawful and justified. Markeith soon made his second appearance, where he was once again combative with the judge, and for some bizarre reason, he at first ignored her, denied he was Markeith Lloyd, and then started asking who she was.
Sir, you're here for the charge of murder of a...
There ain't no Markeith Lloyd. Who are you?
All right, you're here for murder of a law enforcement officer, attempted murder of a law enforcement officer, carjacking.
They said, so I have a great question. Do y'all believe him about the media pushing the narrative that he just shot them? Yes. He violently just came to the house and unleashed a barrage of gunfire, striking and killing Sade and the baby. Another bystander, her brother, was struck in the chest and is in critical but stable condition. Yes, they did. Yes, I agree, Dave. They absolutely did. Sorry, guys.
With a firearm, aggravated assault
May I have your name, please?
with intent to commit a felony, and finally, possession of a bulletproof vest and commission of a felony.
Markeith likely felt very powerless in court, so trying to turn the tables on the judge was his way of exerting control. There is little that Markeith can control in his life.
He's saying that when he went, this whole thing about him killing his BM started because she was smoking weed while being pregnant. They got in an argument. They started getting physical. He said she went back in the house to get her gun, which he knows she had because she bought it. He bought it for her. She went to get the gun. The brother came outside. They get to tussling. The gun fall on the ground. Markeith wins the gun. Fires off shots, hit Sade 8 times, hit the brother a couple times. But while they were arguing, another brother pulled up, so he figured he was gonna get jumped. That's what happened. That's why he keeps saying they tried to hurt him first. So he was trying to stand his ground in his mind. And he was just defending himself. So after he shot, witnesses said he took off and ran. And he's saying the same thing about Officer Clayton, who was off duty in Walmart shopping. Instead of saying, hey, we got this wanted man here, she drew her weapon. He said he drew his weapon back and defended himself. That's why he keeps saying they did something to him first.
Life at this point, except for his own words. Interrupting the judge or refusing to answer her questions was his attempt to take charge of the situation.
Mr. Lloyd, do you want the services of the public defender? I'll ask you again. Mr. Lloyd, would you like a public defender appointed to represent you?
You have a claim against him. May I ask who your name is, ma'am?
All right, I'm finding he didn't fill out any paperwork corrections. It's my understanding he didn't want to, so I'll go ahead and find that he's waived his appearance for today.
Record, please, ma'am.
His first appearance is over. Good luck to you, Mr. Lloyd.
That conversation was certainly less than friendly, and unsurprisingly, a third court appearance didn't go much smoother. Markeith wore a bandage around his head and left eye, and he cursed at the judge again, saying,
"Yeah, I lost
I'm here
my eye.
for what? Resisting arrest? And this is what happened to me. Q." Nonetheless, a judge eventually ruled that Markeith was competent to represent himself. Fast forward to February, and Markeith is formally indicted on charges related to Sade and Deborah's deaths. Despite Markeith's insistence that he wanted to represent himself thus far, he suddenly declared that he wanted Florida's highest-paid capital litigation lawyer, Terrence Linneman, to represent him in his murder cases, a wish which was eventually granted. And this brings us to the second half of today's story, the murder trial. And researching this case, I always knew I wanted to analyze the interrogation footage you saw earlier. But the deeper I dug into this trial, the crazier things got. And I realized that the information revealed in court might just be the most intriguing part of the entire case. First of all, reports say that in the months leading up to the trial, Markeith went on a rampage in the Orange County Jail, violently ripping phones off the wall, breaking glass, and destroying a TV and iPad. Authorities say they couldn't get close enough to even use pepper spray. He apparently shouted about how he was the son of God while causing thousands of dollars in damage to the facility. What's more, in videos of jail visits between Markeith and his family, Markeith appears to make light of his dire situation.
Appreciate that, Dave.
I'm being bad. I don't be bad. Write me a book. Right to one.
Get some money. Everybody else trying to get
Drop
paid
and
off.
give me 50. 50 heart taps. Come back and put 50 in the comments. We're at the last 10 minutes, y'all.
Everybody know you.
I'm worldwide now. I'm dead nationwide. After you
She said you're worldwide. He said I'm damn near nationwide. World is bigger than nation.
I was sleeping out on bus stops.
What?
Yep. I was doing everything right to stay out there. I was working my ass off, doing right.
He said he was doing everything right, doing right, and everything went wrong.
Crazy. Getting involved with the wrong people.
He may have been trying to put on a front for friends and family who came to
Not
visit
put on
him
a
in jail
front.
in order to protect his image. He also seems to make fun of Shade.
She was texting me stuff like, you know, baby. You gotta worry about the baby no more, and this and that. I'm like, man, you tripping. So she won't be tripping, not me. Because I'll leave them ass going on with my business.
Finally, in late 2019, the trial concerning the Shade
Man, look at
Dixon
that
case
man.
began. During his testimony, Markeith revealed details about his short-lived but turbulent relationship with the young woman, and his words are extremely telling. After getting out of prison, Markeith was working 4 jobs. He went from being homeless to being able to rent a place of his own. Soon, he was excited to include Shade in his new life. But he says when they started talking, he asked her, "What else you got to offer? What's your credit score?" You see, Markeith had some very strict guidelines of what he wanted his partner to be like. The first time he picked Shade up to hang out in person after chatting online, he had some distinct opinions on her clothing choice.
When I first picked up, she came out and she had on some shorts, booty shorts. So I was going to say something, but I didn't say anything. A queen don't dress like that. You're exposing yourself to the world.
We can see already that Markeith has a tendency to think he knows what's best for his romantic partners. Nonetheless, the relationship was budding, and Markeith says when they were about to have intercourse, she told him not to use protection. From that point, their relationship progressed quickly, and they started to move in together. Markeith goes on to say that Shade wanted to study to become a real estate agent, and then later on an OBGYN. He started taking her to school during the days and working his delivery job at nights. But he claimed Shade started to think he was messing around with other women while she was in class. Therefore, Markeith started sleeping in the car in the parking lot when Shade was in class. Just from these anecdotes alone, it is clear to see that their relationship was toxic and built on a very shaky foundation from the very start. Markeith says they soon found out that Shade was pregnant, and they even went live on Facebook to show friends their sonogram appointment. But then Markeith...
A lot of people didn't pick up on it, but she lied. She got the phone now. She's live. We get in the car. Then she was like, I need to check. I need to check when I conceive.
What did that mean to you?
I feel like she was pregnant before I got with her.
Okay. How'd you feel about that?
I didn't care. I wanted the baby.
Oh.
Markeith explains that since he's a convicted felon, he can't adopt a child, and he really wanted a baby to raise, even if it potentially wasn't his. His fixation on controlling her behavior only grew stronger. Now, one of his requests was understandable. He didn't want her to smoke weed while pregnant. Markeith spoke about why he started feeling especially adverse to drug use.
I was in the car, I smoked with him, and it had my whole body hurting. So I'm like, oh my God, my whole body was hurting. I'm like, Shade, you got this. I thought it was a sign from God, because if we just doing this to a grown person, what you think is doing to a fetus that's trying to develop a brain?
Markeith began to suspect more and more that Shade was smoking marijuana during her pregnancy, which became one of his biggest concerns. But Markeith's worries about Shade's lifestyle didn't stop at drugs. He also started instructing Shade not to eat meat. He supposedly hadn't consumed any himself in 10 years, saying that he doesn't believe in killing God's creations.
I don't eat meat.
Hey, yes,
I don't
absolutely.
believe in death,
That's
so I don't believe in killing God's creation. So I feel like God made animals just like he make us. We all the same flesh and blood, so I don't eat flesh and blood.
MARKEITH even says he received signs from God that he shouldn't eat meat. And this next clip shows the unorthodox way this happened.
I was in prison in Colorado. I was inside a mountain. And so I came out one day. I looked. I just see so much life. I see so much green, the trees, the earth. And then it hit me. I'm like, damn. So I felt like God was sending me the sign, like, this what it is.
It's unclear if MARKEITH is describing a hallucination in which he was inside a mountain, or whether he is attempting to describe a real situation he experienced. Hallucinations can be caused by a mental health disorder, but they can also occur.
I think you're talking about the jail. It might have been like on the side of a mountain, and he came out.
Nature
the
is
jail.
alive. Is green. The grass in the trees. When nature is dead, it's brown. And they say you are what you eat, so you really are what you eat. So if you take in death, death go follow. When you start eating how God created you to eat, your feces is going to come out green.
MARKEITH says he feels like he gets signs from God all the time. MARKEITH's unique moral system also presented itself in more questionable ways. Once, when Shade misled MARKEITH, he grabbed her by the neck and pushed her down in anger. Later on, though, he felt like what he did was wrong. He cut his long dreadlocks as a show of self-punishment. Things continued to go downhill, and eventually the relationship soured to the point where MARKEITH decided he wasn't too sure if things were going to work out with Shade. However, he didn't want to leave right away because he claims her family wanted her to get an abortion. And as he didn't agree with that, he had a plan. He would wait until she was 6 months pregnant to leave her so that she wouldn't be able to terminate the pregnancy. Interestingly, Shade's mother denied the claim that she had suggested an abortion to her daughter, and MARKEITH even admitted on cross-examination that he had only heard this secondhand from Shade. MARKEITH really kept harping on how much he had wanted this child. In fact, MARKEITH didn't just have a rough idea of what he was going to do to keep the baby. He had a whole plan laid out. MARKEITH explained that he cheated on Shade with one of his ex-girlfriends once. And, long story short, MARKEITH planned to raise Shade's child with this ex-girlfriend as a plan B.
One day, she went somewhere. By this time,
what do you do, family? What's going on? I think I spoke to you earlier. I got so caught in the case, and the internet was pissing me off. So I'm apologetic if I didn't talk to you early, man. Hope everything goes your way.
I don't know. Me and Janice went and had sex. And so that's when I told him, like, man, well, me and you go get that together. Crazy. I'm like, I'm gonna get her 6 months to get her stuff together. I said, she got her stuff together, I'm gonna stay with her. I said, if she don't, me and you go get that together. Because at 6 months, she ain't gonna be able to get her abortion. So then she was like, all right, bet. So I had to make the future plans for Janice to be the mother.
It seems that MARKEITH had 1 foot in and 1 foot out of the relationship with Shade. And this infidelity would end up being one of the last straws in the crumbling relationship. But one of the most heartbreaking parts of this footage is when MARKEITH talks about Shade's children. He describes a trip they all took together to a lake shortly before Shade's death. But MARKEITH's anger grew because he felt like Shade was distracted from outing with her kids, and he claims it was because she wanted to go smoke pot with friends.
I said, why you just sit there lying in my face like I'm some fool, like I don't know you high. I said, you see, you started this trash. Why these kids around here? I'm like, man, all you doing?
He seemed like he loved kids.
I don't trust you. I don't want to be with you no more.
In the relationship, Shade ended things on an amicable note, though. After MARKEITH dropped her off, Shade wasn't responding to him for a while, and so he sent her some long-winded texts telling her she could do whatever she wanted with her life, but he wanted her to keep the health of the baby in mind. And then, on December 13th, about an hour before the shooting happened, Shade responded to MARKEITH's messages saying, "Don't expect no baby." He interpreted this to mean she was getting an abortion. Shade texted MARKEITH screenshots of his Facebook conversation with another girl and called out that he went on live from a strip club with other girls within the 2 days after they broke up. And that's when MARKEITH headed over to Shade's house. And in this murder trial, right off the bat, it became clear that there were 2 very different accounts of what happened the night of her death. Up until a certain crucial point, the opposing sides told a relatively similar story. Shade and MARKEITH were in the midst of a heated confrontation. the unborn child and accusations of infidelity being the main topics at hand.
Okay.
At some point, Markeith admitted that he had hooked up with his ex. They were speaking outside of Shaday's home, but she suddenly went back inside before re-emerging and calling him to the side of the house. It was then, Markeith says, that he realized she had retrieved a gun.
That had been given to her as a gift. She took it downstairs and went back outside. Sometime after that, the defendant took the gun away from her.
Taken aback, he pulled out 2 guns of his own, which he says he always carried after being robbed, and prompted the girl to hand over her weapon. According to Markeith, Shaday did what he said and dropped it. But instead of dropping it carefully off to the side as he claims he instructed, he alleges she didn't listen and instead extended her arm out front to drop the gun, which caused him to panic, and he squeezed his trigger. The whole world screeched to a halt as both parties processed what he'd just done. However, the weapon luckily didn't fire. Markeith quickly retrieved Shaday's gun and put it into his pants pocket, which would seem like hopefully the end of an explosive situation. But then Shaday's brother, Ronald Stewart, came outside to see what was going on.
Let's see what
he had heard the commotion and wanted to defuse the dramatic and increasingly dangerous confrontation. Markeith says he tried to explain that Shaday had started the altercation and that they were fine on their own and didn't need help. However, here's where the 2 versions of the story diverge. Markeith's lawyer said that Shaday taunted Markeith by saying that Ronald could beat him up.
My brother can whip your ass. Within a few minutes of that statement, her brother attacked Markeith Lloyd.
Markeith claims he turned his body to show Ronald that he had taken Shaday's gun and tucked it in his back pocket. But he alleges that Ronald took the opportunity to attack, and a scuffle ensued, as demonstrated in this clip.
Okay, you got the gun cuffed, okay? And where is this hand? I'm turning like this. Oh, you're turning like this? And then show me what he does.
Not me, him touching.
Markeith says at some point Shaday's gun fell out of his pants where he had stashed it, and that he was scared for his life and afraid that Shaday had picked it up and rearmed herself while he fought Ronald. And so Markeith went into what he calls warrior mode and just started shooting over and over again, hitting Ronald in the chest and both thighs in the process.
Damn.
The prosecution, however, instead asserts that when Ronald came outside, he simply told the fighting pair to break it up and talk another day before he and Shaday turned to go back inside and walked onto the porch. However, they say the door was locked and allege that Markeith did the following.
The defendant, who had moved to the end of the driveway, then came up and stood just off of the concrete walkway in the yard. He reached into his hand part of his jacket, pulled out a Smith & Wesson .40 caliber semi-automatic pistol that he had brought with him. He said, "Nah, she ain't going away. She's not going with you." She cocked the gun, he pointed it, and he fired.
The prosecution says the first round hit Ronald in the abdomen, causing him to fall down onto the porch. They say Markeith approached the porch, firing, hitting Shaday several times before she fell as well.
Ronald Stewart was laying on his back. He walked over, stood over Ronald, shot him a couple more times, left, and just walked out to his car.
Ronald himself testified in court that Markeith was standing a little ways away from him and pulled out the gun unprovoked while Shaday was banging on the door trying to get inside.
He did this motion to, I guess, put the bullet in the chamber. Before he did that, I was like, it's not that serious, bro. And I had my hands up like this. I heard a bang, and next thing I know, I didn't have control over my body.
He then says Markeith stepped over him and kept shooting Shaday before turning his attention back to Ronald and shooting some more. In a crucial query, Assistant State Attorney Rick Ridgway asked Markeith how a bullet fragment struck the concrete under Stewart if he wasn't standing over him and shooting downward. Markeith couldn't explain this.
Thank you. Thank you, Shell. Thank you, May. Thank you, Owl. Thank you so much.
He fired additional shots towards them. The prosecution highlighted this moment as follows in their opening statement.
When they opened the door, there was the defendant running away toward his car. He turned, raised the gun, and pointed it at the door. Dominique grabbed his mother's arm, yanked her back inside, slammed the door, heard a couple more shots, then heard the car drive off.
Markeith's side argued that he only took those shots out of fear because he thought Shaday's family was a gun family.
I never meant for this to happen. I wanted my child. I'm not going to kill my sister. I'm not going to kill my queen. I wanted my child. I didn't want that. All I ever did all my life. And provide and protect.
Now, Markeith also testified about his time on the run, and whether he's being completely honest or not about his intentions, his words still give us an interesting idea of his headspace. Authorities uncovered text messages sent from Markeith moments after the shooting.
He wasn't.
He texted
before the eye. He was an attractive man. He probably had all the little babies in the hood going crazy because he was big as hell.
Talking to me.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And is there anything
but he was controlling. That boy slept in the
that?
parking lot. That's
Yes.
cool.
What is it?
I didn't put don't. I thought I put do.
The text message that Markeith sent to Shaday shortly after the shooting indicates that he was already trying to put the blame anywhere but on himself. He's trying to justify his actions. He claims that there was a crucial typo in his text, alleging he meant to say, "Hope you do make it," instead of "Hope you don't." Hours later, he texted Shaday, "You caused this." Markeith says as he went on the run, he saw the news reporting that he went to Shaday's house, banged on the door, gunned her down, and then when her brother came to help, he gunned him down too, which he says was a complete lie. So Markeith wanted to do something to set the story straight. He called his niece and asked her to let people know that it was self-defense. He says he wanted the authorities to have the media retract the version of the story that made him look bad, and then he would turn himself in. In his mind, this would be their way of proving they weren't trying to kill him. Markeith says he was worried that someone took Shaday's gun off the crime scene to make it look like he was the only one with a weapon. Strangely,
Markeith said
his
the
lawyer
autocorrect
affirms that the gun
V.
left in the yard was not included in the probable cause affidavit for some reason. Markeith says he realized the investigators weren't going to set the story.
So now I tell my niece, I'm like, you know what, bump the investigators, go to the news. Now I send her straight to the news. She goes to the news, she get an interview, and then I call her. I'm like, Keisha, what's up? What happened? She was crying. She was hysterical. She's like, Uncle Keith, they played what they wanted to play. They played what they wanted to play. They played what they wanted to play. So I'm like, all right, man. I'm like, man, they trying to kill me. I'm like, all right, come to find out, we trying to get the original interview. They done destroyed that. We try to get that from the news people. They done destroyed that. Because they know they part of it too.
In cross-examination, Markeith continued to assert that he was the victim in this whole situation.
He do.
Ron attacked you.
He do.
And then you thought Shaday had a gun, and that's why all the shooting took place.
Yes.
So it really wasn't your fault.
Got him.
No.
So my question to you is, none of this is your fault.
No.
In fact, you're really the victim here today, right?
Of course I am.
I have no more questions.
And so, after hearing all sides of what happened in the murder trial of Shaday Dixon and her unborn child, a jury found Markeith guilty of first-degree murder, killing of an unborn child, attempted first-degree murder, 2 counts of attempted felony murder, and possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. Markeith had virtually no reaction, which was quite the change of pace from his early explosive behavior in court. Perhaps Markeith now knew that he needed to make the best impression on jurors, as his life was now in their hands.
Mental anguish
now,
is
the
real.
defense had one last shot to convince at least one juror from everything that has happened in Markeith's life that he should not get the death penalty. Markeith's mother testified on his behalf, affirming that she would continue to love him no matter what. Hey. She spoke a little on Markeith's childhood. At a young age, Markeith witnessed a friend and a cousin being murdered. His attorney explained that in the area Markeith grew up in, Pine Hills and Carver Shores, there are unfortunately 2 routes that a lot of people take, robbing or dealing drugs. He says Markeith chose the latter. Markeith's mother detailed the turbulent home life that Markeith was born into. She of a drug overdose. Markeith's mother is asked where Markeith would hang out from the ages of 10 to 13. She responded that he spent his time in the streets and would take care of her other children while she was partying.
Hey there, lady. Lady Rashay, thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of the team. Welcome into the show. Hope you enjoy yourself. She says his stupidity got him because why would you even text someone that you just shot? Facts. Facts. Facts, ma. Absolute facts. That's what made me
Violence he
start changing.
witnessed
Like,
and the
bro,
trauma he experienced as a child
I was on your
likely
side
had
all
a
the way
huge
to here.
impact on his development. He may have felt like he didn't have
You're
much
getting what you
control over his
deserve, brother.
environment when he was young,
They
which led him to have
violated your rights.
significant issues with control as he got older.
But these are the consequences
Here are
of
some
your actions.
relationship red flags that may signal possible danger to come.
Eye for an eye,
History
Marky.
of violence. If someone has a history of any kind of
how the
violence,
code
it's a
go.
warning sign that more violence could occur in the future. The level of violence often escalates over time. Impulsive. People who are impulsive often act in the heat of the moment, based on high emotions rather than logical thought.
Appreciate
If
that,
someone
Dave.
is both impulsive
Thank you.
and has access to a weapon, especially a gun, this is a dicey combination. Engages in dangerous
When I was out that way,
behaviors.
Pine Hills
If
was
someone
like
is
South
frequently
Bronx.
involved in reckless behavior, steer
Wild
clear.
Wild West side.
For example, if you're in a car with a partner who is speeding excessively, but they refuse to slow down when you ask them to, this is a red flag. They're showing a careless disregard for your safety. It also may be a scare tactic to show you that they
Appreciate
are in
that, bro.
control,
Even with the
makes
net trying
threats
to take
toward
us
other
out.
people. Pay attention to how your partner treats other people. If your partner frequently threatens or tries to intimidate others, this behavior could eventually be turned on you. Even if the threats are made in a joking manner, this behavior is still a red flag. Tells you what to wear. If your partner tries to tell you what you're allowed to wear, this is a red flag for an
All right,
abusive
now y'all,
relationship.
hey,
Controlling
now
what
you're going
someone
too far.
wears is one way
Bring
that
it back to the
abusers
case.
exert power over their partner. Abusers may also try to control who you can talk to, where you can go, or even what you're allowed to eat. Relationship moves very quickly. Abusive relationships often go from 0 to 100, with couples becoming very serious very fast, possibly moving in together or getting married in a short amount of time. The abuser may be very charming in the beginning phase of the relationship, and the partner likely feels flattered
King,
by
how long
all
you
the
was down
attention.
there?
Now, this next part I found really shocking. Apparently, Markeith got kidnapped once when he was about 17, leading to some pretty severe injuries. The beating Markeith received in this instance reportedly lasted 4 hours, which is reported to have contributed to his PTSD and paranoia.
Damn.
Markeith's mother also spoke on him going to a mental institute at age 9.
Damn.
She says he was almost killed in prison when someone stabbed him with an ice pick close to the heart, which added to his paranoia about people coming after him. One of Markeith's sisters also spoke up to say that Markeith often acted as a protector in their formative years when the children's mother was absent, that he would steal food and belongings for the other kids on the nights they had to go hungry, and pay the lights and water bills to get them reconnected.
I feel sorry
Two
for him,
doctors
right?
testified during
But
the
you
trial.
still shouldn't have killed
The
that
first
girl.
diagnosed Markeith with
Or the cop.
grandiose and paranoid delusions, which he said was important because this can precipitate violence.
So he gets targeted and arrested more often than others, and he used to run the entire city of Orlando, and real quickly I'm thinking, these are odd or unusual thoughts.
A clinical psychologist also took the stand to say that Markeith suffers from PTSD, possibly resulting from childhood beatings at the hands of his mother, or the robberies he was the victim of during his time as a delivery man. Markeith testified that one co-worker got
Jay, hell yeah, his life was hard, bro.
working this same delivery job. Those were the main points that were sympathetic to Markeith and spare his life. And then finally, it was time for them to decide, should Markeith spend his life in prison or be sentenced to death as punishment for the lives he took? The judge advised everyone that there would be no outburst when the verdict is read. In this tense clip, everyone holds their breath as the big moment takes place.
We got property down
We,
there,
the
bro. We
jury,
need to link down there, mother. We go down there every
find that
summer.
the aggravating factors
we
are
finna get ready to go down
sufficient
for a couple
to
months.
warrant a possible sentence of death. No. Dated this 23rd day of October, year 2019, in Orange County, Florida, signed by the foreperson.
Internet.
Nearly 2 years after the start of his first trial, MARKEITH LOYD went to trial for the death of Deborah Clayton. MARKEITH's trial officially began in October 2021. Following the opening statements, MARKEITH made a shocking claim, shouting that he had attempted to turn himself in twice before Walmart, where Deborah was shot and killed. No evidence was presented to prove this claim. One of the main points of debate during the trial was who exactly fired the first shot, MARKEITH or Deborah. The defense claimed that MARKEITH saw a gun in his face as he left the store and thought he was going to be shot, so he ran. He says he didn't know the gun belonged to a police
Don't have to
officer
go to
at
war
the time.
for sure.
He also claimed that he was not holding a gun at the time when Deborah fired at him.
Hey,
and that he
what's up, bro?
only pulled his gun out and returned fire after he heard a shot, claiming that he was defending his own life. And after an investigation, it was unknown beyond a reasonable doubt who actually fired first.
So, see?
During closing statements, Markeith made sure his feelings were heard as he shouted, "They're lying." Yet on November 3rd, he was found guilty of the first-degree murder of Lieutenant Deborah Clayton. After his conviction, prosecutors then filed to seek the death penalty. Keeping in mind that Markeith had already avoided the death penalty previously, the prosecution argued that since Markeith already had a life sentence without the possibility of parole, that another life sentence would just, quote, be another piece of paper in Mr. Lloyd's file, and that it was no punishment at all. In December 2021, a jury of 12, the same jury who found him guilty of first-degree murder the month prior, unanimously recommended that this time around,
Markeith
receive the death penalty. On March 23, 2022, Markeith Lloyd was sentenced to death.
Damn. Markeith Lloyd was sentenced to death. Man, bro, that was a two-parter. That was the very first case that I ever reacted to. That was the case that started the platform that we're doing now. That was the very first one. I'm glad I was able to share that with you. I'm glad that you were able to kick it with me and go back in time and see how that's what got me into this. That case got me into that. I was so furious with those detectives. I was like, ain't no way. His eye, he got a hole in his face. I was totally like pissed. I was so emotional. Like the detectives, I was hoping he got off. But then when you have to detach the emotion from the person and see what he actually the emotion from the situation in the interrogation room and see what he actually did, he deserved that. 5 bodies, brother. Let's go ahead and book him up, man, and close this case out. We finished strong. Sorry for the internet glitches. They're still outside. You know I'm going to get ready to go get my 3 miles in. I appreciate you. But drop the warrants in the comments. Let's go ahead and get him out of here. Let's book this guy.
Cigar smoker, huh?
I've never seen it before.
Book him.
I just run this place a week ago.
Book him.
Oh, you guys must have planned this. You're trying to frame me.
Book him! Book him for receiving, pushing, and possession. And if we get lucky, maybe murder.
Who think of me?
Harry, in your lousy business, your best friends are your worst enemies, and we found a friend. Chin, get this down to the lab for analysis. Let's go.
Come up. We got that all taken care of. We got that all squared away. I want to say thank you, each and every one of you, for tapping, for commenting, for liking, sharing, and subscribing, for being a part of the Ones Detective Agency, because you were one of them ones. Tonight, we back at it, 9:05, night shift. We got 1, 2, 3, 4 cases. We outside in the streets. Hopefully my internet service provider will be on point by then. Oh, actually, y'all, make sure you hit the notification bell because my mother is coming. She's on the way here now. So I don't know. I might have to. I might take mom out to dinner, and then I can still be back before 9:05. I can still be back before 9:05. So make sure you hit the notification bell. I'm going to say we're going to try. Not going to make a promise. I'm going to try to have 1, 2, 3, 4 cases ready for you tonight. But my dude's come in town. You know, I be trying to love her up a little bit. Because she just passing through. She going to Tennessee. One of her friends passed away, so she going out there for a funeral. So let's plan for 9:05. But if not, I'll see you in the morning, okay? Hey, man, go be light, be love, be you, because that's what God designed you to be. And no matter what you hear me say on any of these podcasts, man, I appreciate you. I love you. Thank you for being here with me, because you could be anywhere else in the world, but you gave me your time, and I'm thankful. Till next time, man. Love y'all. Peace.
Good work today, detectives. Now y'all make sure y'all go spread light and love. And we'll see you again at 9:05 a.m. for another case from your favorite true crime reaction show with your favorite host, The Morning Crew, with UnoDaOne. This has been the One's Detective Agency.
Tell your daddy hey, boy. Tell your daddy hey, man.